Have you ever wanted to build the ultimate man cave for you and your friends, but also have some retro gaming going on? Well, I got the solution for you. Let's check it out. Come on in. All right, everybody, welcome to the bar. Now, as you guys can see, room isn't the biggest, but we've got a lot of stuff going on either way. The biggest, though, is the bar right here. This bar was custom built by me and Snid from the Coalition Gaming crew, as you guys may know from some of the streams. But we also had some help from other friends, other people of the crew to help finish it all off. Something I'm actually particularly proud of is the chairs. The bar stools that we got, I actually found them on a deal on OfferUp. So I put my PC parts hunting experience to work and found these as well. 20 bucks, not 20 bucks each, $20 for all four. What a deal that is, right? We got a cool little lounge area right over here for anybody who may not be able to sit at the bar. Little lounge area. We got some decor going on as well. And got an AC unit to keep the room nice and cool, so that's gonna come in handy, especially in the summer. It's still kind of hot out right now in SoCal, but you know, can't forget the bar decor. Got my neon Tecate light. And then as we move on over this way, got the mini fridge right here, fully stocked. We got the shelving here with more decor here, as well as an LED light up shelf. And I actually really dig this because it really lights up the alcohol bottles very well. Full bar set, beer tube. But you know what? The best thing about all this is that I have a Google Chromecast set up as an emulation station on the TV right here. So anybody in the room, at the bar, in the lounge area, we can all be playing some retro games. And I'm gonna show you guys how I did that. So this is the bar here, and right behind the bar, have the TV set up with the emulation station. And that's what I'm gonna show you guys how to do next. Okay, so first things first when it comes to doing a setup like this is the hardware. So we have a Google Chromecast with, well, it's a Chromecast with Google TV. It's kind of wordy to say it the other way, but Chromecast with Google TV. It's actually a relatively powerful device to use for some of this sort of stuff. But what you do with that Chromecast is you also get a Type-C hub with power pass-through. And then you plug the hub into the Chromecast, and that way now you have a spot to expand the storage, plug in any other devices that you need, a flash drive that's gonna hold all the ROMs that we're gonna be playing the games from, and that's the hardware that attaches to the TV. For the controllers, I happen to have these Xbox 360 controllers and a wireless Xbox 360 adapter, and that plugged into the hub that's connected to the Chromecast. Well, you guys can use anything from Bluetooth gaming controllers that are compatible with Android to Xbox One controllers, PS4, PS5 controllers. It all works with this sort of setup. So I'll link some of that stuff down in the description below. So if you have any questions about the hardware, it's all down there. Okay, so the next step, once you have your Chromecast up and running on the TV, is that you're gonna need a couple of apps for it. One being RetroArch, and the other one being Dig. RetroArch is the back end. That's what's actually going to play the games and then where you do the configuration. And Dig is the front end. That's what makes it pretty. Launch RetroArch.
Opening RetroArch.
And this is RetroArch. As you can see, it's not all that pretty looking, but this is where we start. For the most part, RetroArch is already really well configured, so you won't really need to do too much here after you've downloaded it. But the next thing is Dig. Let me show you Dig. Launch Dig.
All right, launching Dig on the patio TV.
And this is Dig. Dig is the front end. Like I said, that makes it all pretty. When you launch it, it will ask you a few things in order to get all the data and thumbnails for your games and systems that you have. And once you're at this screen, you can just click Systems using your remote, and then you configure how it looks. So as you can see, I have Nintendo, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. Let's go over to the Super Nintendo and go into that one. And as you can see, now we can select the games to play just by scrolling over to them. And when we do that, all you gotta do to launch the game is select on it and hit the play button. So one thing to mention with the ROMs is this is added separately. It doesn't come with any of this stuff. So however you get them, that's up to you. But you make sure you put them onto the flash drive that plugs into the USB-C hub. and all this stuff will automatically detect it once it's there. So we got Super Battletoads loading up right now, and just like that, the game plays. And it's just very intuitive. I didn't need to do anything. The remotes and stuff were already set up when I launched it, and RetroArch was already, set up, ready to play it. You may run into a few quirks with it. Little additional configuration will help. I will link a video down below that will also help you guys out more with a little more detail.
Hi, I was wondering if you had any Super Battletoads and stuff.
So a really cool thing about being able to do a setup like this is that setting up Dig in RetroArch is relatively easy. In RetroArch, you do want to set up some shortcuts to exit the games, which on these remotes I set it to where it's 2 buttons, but that's literally just going into the hotkeys in RetroArch and telling it L3 and R3, and that's basically it. So the setup is really easy, which is nice, and the fact that you can do this with a Chromecast, the Chromecast with Google TV specifically, is that you don't need a room like this to be able to enjoy something like this. If you wanted to set up a TV in a patio, in a bedroom, on a projector, or have a game night, anything like that, this is relatively simple to get set up for a lot of people to have fun. Pass around the remotes. Sometimes you can get 4 or 5 remotes, so if the games support up to that many players, you could do that as well. And it's just really awesome to be able to have such a easy to set up, sort of portable setup with something like this. With all that being said, there's a little bit more to talk about here in the bar, so let's talk about that now. So I'm actually really proud about how all this came about, including this bar. This is a butcher block that I purchased to get put onto this bar. I stained this and sanded it myself, and then I had some friends come over and help me get this nice shiny finish that you guys see on there. As for the bar base, I had a different friend come over, like I mentioned before, and help assemble that from a lot of spare wood that he happened to have lying around. So there really wasn't too much money spent on this overall, which is super nice, and I'm really happy about all that. But a bar isn't complete without stuff like this. You have like a bartender set. I don't have like an ice maker in here, so I have a little ice bucket for that so I can bring some in from inside the house. I have this that I bought a long time ago. It's like a beer tube. So if we want to do more beer oriented stuff, we can load this up and have like our own little tap going for it without actually having a tap installed in the setup. So that's kind of nice as well. And to dress things up a little bit more, I got shelving over here. I bought an LED shelf to put on there to light up the bottles, get a nicer look going there. Have the glasses there, mini fridge lights up. The setup is just really rounded out, and I'm just really happy with how it all came out, and hopefully you guys also like how this looks. And the best thing about it, at the end of the day, is even though we're away from my main gaming area and the living room with other stuff and the gaming PCs all over there, we can come back here, have a drink, load up the games, and still do some gaming back here. So there you have it, everybody. This is the man cave bar gaming hangout area. I already got a couple of drinks poured. Gonna get some gaming going. I got Super Mario Brothers up there right now. And if you guys wanted to talk more about DIY bar builds or any of the stuff in this video, drop a comment down below. Let's talk about it. And if you want to see a video more dedicated on anything here, I've got another video on an emulation station setup, and I'll have that linked right over here or down in the description below if you guys want to check that out, as well as a more detailed video on this specific Google Chromecast emulation setup, also down below. Shout out to ETA Prime for this idea. I didn't know that I could use a Chromecast with Google TV as an emulation station until I came across his video. I've actually seen a lot of his content in the past, but recently stumbled upon that, and well, here we are.
My name is Chris, and this is Coalition Gaming.